Representative Godfrey, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For me, this is a labor of love. I've known Tom Saadi. He's from Danbury. He doesn't quite live in my district, although I live in his. It's one of those magic moments of where the lines are drawn. I get to vote for him for city council. He can't vote for me for state representative because he doesn't live in my district. I live in his. But nonetheless, I've watched him over 25 years as he's really become an example of the American dream. I first met him when he was working actually in the legislative office building as an intern, and then as a staff member, rather, under Speaker Ritter. It's that long ago. He went on to go to law school after having worked his way through Western Connecticut State University. He is a product of Connecticut's higher education system. He's when he left here, he went to law school. He went to work for the Attorney General at the time, Dick Blumenthal, our good friend. He was an assistant attorney general. He was a special assistant state's attorney for the office of the Attorney General. He luckily for us got a really good job with our Department of Veterans Affairs. He was the Director of Legislative Affairs. He was a legislative liaison. We saw quite a bit of him. Then he became the Chief of Staff and General Counsel for the department. And since last fall, he's been the acting commissioner. We're looking to make him a commissioner of the Department of Veterans Affairs. Now, he has an extensive resume. I'm not going to go over every detail, but he is a member of the Danbury City Council and has been for quite some time. He is also a serving member in the 411th Civil Affairs Battalion of the U.S. Army Reserve. He's a major and has been a lawyer, an attorney with the Judge Advocates Corps in serving there in the Army. It really gives me great pleasure. I know his mom. He's been brought up right. His mother did a great job. He's a first-generation immigrant. His father immigrated to this country in the 1960s from Lebanon. And I can't say enough good things about Tom Saadi. So I would encourage you all to join me in supporting this nomination and in voting yes on this resolution. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Arconti of the 109th District, you have the floor, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise in support of this nomination and to echo my colleagues' comments about Tom Saadi. Tom embodies what public service is all about. As you've just heard through his extensive resume, there's no better candidate or more qualified person right now than to lead this department than Tom Saadi. Tom will be someone that we will all be proud of as commissioner, and I look forward to casting my vote in the affirmative. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative Ferguson of the 138th, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I've had the opportunity and the chance to work alongside Tom Saadi back home in Danbury, and I have to echo what my colleagues have all said. Truly an experienced and dedicated public servant. We are very lucky to have him before us for consideration to become the next commissioner for the Department of Veterans Affairs. He has a very impressive resume, is an honorable man who truly loves his country and will do an excellent job in this position, which he has already done an excellent job as acting commissioner, and I urge his strong support. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.